Redcord Initiative is a prostitute diversion program where we've partnered with the Corpus Christi Police Department and the Nueces County District Attorney's Office, along with lots of other nonprofit and social service organizations, in a program to intervene where women are arrested for prostitution and provide them with medical help, with testing, and connecting them to social service resources to hopefully intervene and move them on into another stage of their life and help them transition out of prostitution and onto other things.
These women think that they have no other place to go and that they can't do any better, you know, that they can't get any better. And so with Redcord, you know, they're saying, hey, we have another option for you. If you don't want to live this life anymore, why are you living this life? How can we help you? What can we do to get you out of it?
I think diversion programs, and I mean, we obviously, this county has multiple diversion programs. I think the diversion program is a way to get them on the right track. It stops a lot of the felony cases from happening, because if you can get somebody in treatment and point them to a positive trail instead of a negative trail, then they're more likely to get out into the community, start working and become very active in the community. And the diversion program is a way for those people to understand, just because the police arrest you and the DA's office has a case, we're not looking to put you in jail every time. If we can help you and we have a program, that's what we're going to look at first, and I think that the diversion programs definitely offer that.
It changes the revolving door down at the jail, for starters. I mean, we don't deal with the same people over and over and over. When they're diverted from the path that they're on and they're moved into a better life, they have options that they choose that doesn't involve the police anymore, and it allows us to focus on other community problems and put our manpower elsewhere. Anytime you can get somebody out of that criminal life, out of that dead-end whirlpool that they're in, that they're not going to ever make it out of by themselves, that provides them an opportunity to get out and grow and have a real life.
Partnerships with the Wellness Coalition. I mean, prior to doing this, I knew they existed, but I didn't know who the people were. I didn't know what kind of programs they offered. I mean, it's kind of opened my eyes to what programs are offered in the community. Because to be quite honest, I didn't know they existed prior to this. Personally, watching the girls, you know, the girls that have succeeded, it's just amazing to watch, you know, an individual who was working the streets who all of a sudden is working full-time, keeping a full-time job, has an apartment, you know, has a positive self-esteem, which didn't exist when she walked in that first night after being arrested. So, I mean, those are the things that you look at and see.
And so for us, we provide the housing and the safe place away from all that, where they don't have to worry about working, they don't have to about earning a living. They can be separated, and with us working together, we haven't actually been able to get any of the women. None of the women have chosen to come to us, but we still show up. I mean, we want to be there and we want to help.
And so that's why if we can bring all of these resources together, if we can have this huge collaboration and it makes a difference in one person's life, then we're successful, because every single person matters. And that's one of the things that we've always, you know, embraced, not just with our agency, but with this program as well. If we can make a difference with one person, then we have succeeded in that one person's life, because everyone matters.
What it does is, when they go through the school, they learn a lot about the background of what these women have suffered. They learn a lot about why they're there on the street. They also pay a fine, and part of that fine goes to help us fund the program. So they're, in turn, when they go through the program, not are they understanding what they've done and how damaging it is to these women, but they're also helping to make them better by helping pay for the programs that they go through.
Well, I was excited to participate in the John School as an advocate for ex-offenders. You know, John doesn't know the trauma he's causing to a woman when he pays her for sex. He's thinking a quick sexual favor act that he paid for and nobody has to know about except him and this girl that he's never going to see again. The reality is that she is not going to take that money and be able to spend it on something nice for herself. She has to give it to somebody. The reality is this could be their neighbor's daughter that they never met. This could be their boss's daughter. This could be their boss's son. They don't know who they're having sex with. Prostitutes don't use protection for the most part. They could be taking diseases home. I really wanted to educate these men to understand that what if this was your child? The first John School that I participated in, the men were very attentive and I was very impressed. They didn't have questions. I had hoped that they would have a lot of questions. I really like when people ask questions. But I did leave there feeling that I made a difference in their life. And even if they were to go out the next night and pay for sex, maybe at some time in their life they would remember some of the things that they were taught during the John School and stop it.
A lot of them are very vulnerable. I mean, they're very vulnerable. They're caring people. I don't know one person that's not caring in the people I work with. They're good people. They've just been taken advantage of, a lot of them. I mean, really, they've been abused mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually. And as maybe we can cope with things, they can't cope with those things that we cope in our regular life. I mean, one little thing can set them off and put them in just a downward spiral. I mean, I don't know how else to tell you. I mean, they're good people.
Well, I was taken away when I was 4, put into foster care when I was 6. Since then, basically moved from Texas to Idaho, from Idaho to Arizona. My adoptive family had basically thrown me out, sent me to my brothers, told me drop out of high school, get my GED, that I was never gonna make it through high school. When I got down here, met my biological family, it was amazing. But then after a while, my biological uncle wanted me to go back to school. I started going back to school. Towards my last year of school, my grandma figured out I was gay, and she ended up kicking me out. And that's how I started living on my own since then. It was hard. I was used to not asking for help, doing everything on my own. So it's been amazing, actually. It actually gave me a lot more confidence in myself. And it gave me more ability to tell people, not so much in a rude way, but no, or start worrying about myself instead of worrying about everyone else first.
I cared more about a man than I cared about myself. I cared more about a drug than I cared about myself. But the Red Cord program taught me that I'm okay. I can put myself first. That I can love myself. I don't need drugs. I don't need this. And I damn sure don't need a man. Now, they taught me all that. And that's actually a accomplishment for me. Oh, I cried. Literally, when I went to court, because you can only wear whites when you're in jail, I thought I was going to jail. I had on like 3 pair of socks. I had on white t-shirts, a couple pair of underwear, because I thought I was going to jail. But Allison was there, Orphe was there, the prosecutor, Judge Galvan. I mean, she came down off the bench, she hugged me. I was like, man, I got some of the most powerful women in Corpus Christi here, and I mean, and they all supported me. It was just great.
I cried the first graduation, and to see somebody's life go from the night that she was arrested to being a success all for herself is the most incredible experience you can imagine. It's the most incredible feeling. And I'm so proud of them, and I'm so happy for them that they can do something that Second Colonel, but I can't imagine how difficult it must be for them to make such a difficult decision to turn their life around and then do it. It is truly phenomenal.
If I could tell them anything, I would tell them to get in the program, let the program work for you, because it will work for you. These people really care. And if you let them, they will help you. If I can get off drugs, anybody can get off drugs. Literally. Because I never thought I'd see a day that I didn't have a crack pipe in my hand. As soon as I woke up in the morning, I wouldn't go to sleep unless I had crack for the next morning. This program can save the lives of a lot of young ladies. That's exactly what I would tell them.